Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Steven here. This is Matthew. How's it going, Matthew?
It's going fantastic, my brother.
Wonderful. Here we are, two coaches. I believe we're going to be doing this thing called Coach's Corner. Is that correct?
That is correct. We're in
In
your
case we
corner.
change it, don't feel married to it, just in case, But we're doing Coach's Corner right now. And basically, that's going to be the two of us. We both do coaching, and we both tackle things from different perspectives. And both of us come together and we kind of work together. When it comes to us discussing things, you'll be able to hear our perspectives on different things and even get some advice on maybe some things that'll benefit you. I am an online fitness coach. I'm a personal trainer, and anything that would benefit you as far as health and wellness. What should I eat? What shouldn't I eat? How should I work out? What's best for me? That's probably what you're going to hear from me. Matt, what should they expect from you, sir?
Great question. I am a Christian marriage coach. I help married people in general, but my specialization is Christians, and I help people to have a marriage that's better than ever. And so we kind of focus on the root cause of your issues instead of digging up the past or, talking in circles in therapy. We go straight for the core of the issues to help you to pave a road to a future that through future marriage that you love.
I love it. I love it. So there's a little bit of a range of topics that you can kind of expect from the two of us. So anytime that you see us pop up on your social media, just know you're in for a treat. Okay. So first, before I even get in, let me just make sure we thoroughly introduce ourselves. I'm Steven. This is Matthew. This is my brother. Can you believe that we are brothers? This is a handsome guy next to me. He got all of the manly genes, the beard and things like that, the hair. I didn't get much. I got some of the laziness probably, but that's about it.
I'm
But
losing some of mine now.
if you could let me borrow some of that beard, that'd be great. All I got is the quarter beard, the one that stops here. But it's a pleasure to work with you. Honestly, we both have this chemistry that I feel like is very, very, very organic. I don't know if it was birthed in us or if it's something that we worked on. For example, basketball. I didn't have that much confidence, if I'm honest, but playing with my brother, with Matt, we would play 2-on-2 against everybody, anybody that wanted to play. We never lost. Can you confirm that, Matthew?
That's true. We've never lost in 2-on-2.
Can't nobody beat us in 2-on-2. And it's like, I know where he is. I know where he's going to be. I know what his strengths are. I know what his weaknesses are. He knows what my strengths are, my weaknesses are, etc. You can't beat us. And I don't know how my body's going to hold up in the next couple of years, but I'm willing to take that to the bank. That's a bet that I'm willing to cash. So, is that how the saying goes? But yeah, so we just have this chemistry, and that's why I was looking forward to doing something like this with you. So you guys are going to be, along for the ride. Speaking of basketball, let me tell one quick story. So, do you remember when we played basketball on Thanksgiving? Was it Thanksgiving that it was below
Freezing
30
outside,
degrees?
yeah.
So it's below 30 degrees on Thanksgiving. And this was a couple years ago. And I remember I went outside and was like, I'm not hooping in this. And you walked up to me and was like, let's go play ball. And I said, I'm not hooping in this. There's no way. And I kept hearing that ball bounce outside. And I was like, this is gonna cost me. So eventually I went into I had on my nice clothes. You know how you wear those clothes that you go eat in? That's all you have these clothes on for. That's just to eat and watch the game. Well, we had just got done watching the Redskins. So I was like, I guess it's time for me to do something with this basketball. So I go outside, I go look for something to wear. I find a long sleeve shirt and I had sneakers. Is that what the kids call them? I had sneakers in my trunk. So I was like, let's do this. Next thing you know, all the guys are outside and we're playing ball in freezing weather. So at first I was like, I'll just, chill. I'm going to relax because this is not that serious. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
I'm super competitive. But the thing that the reason why I'm telling you this story, viewers, Matt already knows the story, is because Matt's competitive. Matt won't look you in the face and tell you how competitive he is. Matt is competitive. Like I knew for me when we started playing that game and I was losing. That's what happened. Started playing the game and I was losing. I said I don't care if I win. I'm just out here to play and have fun with the guys.
He did say that.
I'm losing. It's freezing. I can't feel my hands. I don't have on any clothes. I just have on the long sleeve shirt that I came in, and then the long sleeve shirt that was in my trunk, and I have on jeans. And I was just like, it's okay if I lose. Matt starts turning up. He puts up point after point after point, and I was like, yeah, nah, it's not gonna happen today. I'm not feeling it. So I was like, let's hoop. So I start coming back. I start making it happen. I'm like, nah, I'm not going out like that. What's wrong with me? But this is how you know Matt's competitive. Matt was like, so Matt turns it up. Next thing you know, everybody's kind of doing this thing. If you ever meet a member of my family, which you probably won't, you'll see my family when they realize that me and Matt are getting going. They'll make this face like, they'll start doing that kind of stuff. They just know it.
Yeah.
So Matt, what else happened when we was out there hooping? You want to tell the rest of this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna mess up the ending. So I believe that you won that game.
Well, before we got there, do you remember kind of how it's nothing, but basically Matt was crushing everybody, like killing everybody. It was like he had triple the score everybody else had.
But it was like Kobe. So I'm hitting jump shots. I'm like laughing and smiling at them.
Enjoying
I can't feel my hands, and I'm cooking y'all. And then Steve decided to turn up, and the game changed pretty fast.
Quickly, Matt made one mistake. Okay, I think he went to what was he playing? 33?
21.
A 9 plus 10. You was playing 21. You made one mistake, and you missed, and it set you back. And then I just closed the gap. And then I sealed the deal on that one, I think, right?
So dumb. And I want to rematch.
You was like, let's play again.
You're like, we warm now. I can't even feel my hands being cold.
And I said, I can't
tomorrow.
I said, my knee is hurting. I shouldn't play again. I was like, I shouldn't play again. My knee is hurting. And when I tell y'all, I really did hurt my knee. I should have listened to myself and said, no, I'm not gonna play. But guess whose body is just gonna have to be broken and beaten? Mine. I was like, let's play again. When Matt lets you know like it's on, I'm supposed to be like, it's not on. No, it's on. You're right. You know what? You're exactly right. It's on. So it was on. So we wound up playing, and the second game comes around. Me and Matt are just going at it. Now everybody's doing that thing I told you about, those faces, like, and me and Matt are guarding each other. Like, that's it. It's basically one-on-one.
It's like, get out of the way, nephew.
Don't get in the way. And I remember,
right.
So Isaac got in the way of you driving to the basket one time and caused you to miss a shot or something. And when I say got in the way, Matt don't care who's in the way. Matt's barreling into the basket. He's gonna make whatever is like, if it's an opportunity, it's going in. But
he fouled me, just to be clear.
He fouled you, of course. But Isaac was not trying to actually defend you. That's what made it so difficult. He was actually trying to get out of the way, and you were trying to overcompensate for him showing up. So you were trying to move at the same time, and he like bumped you and caused you to miss. And Matt was like, "What did you say? Fuzzy bear?"
Fuzzy bear.
He's like, "Fuzzy bear," and like everybody just knew, like, "Oh man, you done messed up, Isaac." Shout out to Isaac. Hopefully he didn't hear this. And then I was like, mistake. So I started taking advantage, and I was like, let's do this. Close the gap. I think Matt was leading this game too. Matt had like a little lead on that one. Close the gap. And then I think it came down to the free throws on this one, which didn't we set to the 3-point line, which was basically in the grass?
In the grass. Down a hill.
No free throws, 3-point line. So I sealed it with like 3 in a row or something. And Matt, you stayed outside when I went inside. I was like, good game, y'all. And I went inside, and Matt stayed outside. And you were talking to Emmanuel about it. You was like, look, if Steve does this, you're supposed to do that. Emmanuel was like,
elementary, Watson.
he was like, I think Manuel said you take it too seriously or something like that. Manuel doesn't know. It is that serious.
You're going to be in the way,
hooping.
and you need to take it seriously.
We out
You're
here
going to take
hooping.
it seriously. You could be inside drinking some eggnog.
So why are you out here if you don't know what you're doing? Like, get out the way, bro. So, but you was having that conversation with Matt and mom and Thea was talking about Matt's outside upset about losing the game.
Oh, did they really?
Yes, they did. And I walked away, and I walked away pretending like I was fine, you know, like Thanos after he beat the Avengers, and he sat down and looked at the sky. And he was like, "That was me with legs all broken up, like moving on concrete at 30. What's wrong with you, my boy? Go sit down somewhere. My legs are so tore up." What you say?
I said, Thanos, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Was the cost worth it?
Yes, it was worth it.
You do it again in the snap?
I would do it again in the snap. We haven't had a chance to play again in a while, and when we did, we just busted Emmanuel and Troy's heads. But we haven't gotten a chance to play where me and you were like direct competitors. So it benefited me because I can hold that over your head until we play again.
Well, I mean, it's 21, which means there's no rules. So really, it's like, you know, what did you even win at? You know,
there's rules because me and you we both, you know, operated by rules. We weren't carrying and traveling and doing a whole bunch of silly stuff like we.
I was absolutely, because we were playing downhill, and Isaiah was out there, and he fouls a lot, and so I'm like, I got two choices. Either I'm going to hurt him on purpose, or I'm going to cheat a little bit as far as the rules go because we're on a hill, so I don't hurt him. Because every time he got on me, he's like, he wanted to prove that he could do this. And I'm like, while I think this is a valiant effort, I'm about to hurt you. You keep fouling me.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's a foul. Like, these are dangerous. So anyway,
like when Emmanuel sent him flying into the pole.
Yeah, I was like, somebody's going to hit the pole today. One of us always hits the pole, man. There's something about us Swenson boys. We're
going to go hard. That's just what it is. Well, yeah, we're going to go hard. That's just what it is.
That's right.
Before I get completely carried away, I want to make sure that the audience knew a little bit about both of us and they kind of understood, like, hey, we're brothers. Okay, we do this. All right. The competitive nature is there. Like, I believe we have wonderful chemistry. Let me ask you a couple questions about your business. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'd love that.
And we'll be able to delve more into this in some further episodes. But first, I noticed on Facebook that you had an event coming up. Can you tell me about the Christian marriage coaching event that you have coming up?
Yeah, it's called the Rekindle Your Connection 5-day challenge. I'm frustrated. The amount of couples I've talked to over the past 2, 3, 4 weeks, 3, 4, 5 months who have let disconnect ruin their marriage is crazy. Mm-hmm. And when you first start feeling disconnected from your spouse, it starts to have all these thoughts going through your head, and you start to not bring up certain things. You start to sweep things under the rug. You start to build up resentment. And I just realized they think, I'm married to my person. This should be easier. And these thoughts of the shoulds create all this frustration and this weirdness that they don't really know how to get out of. And so I wanted to create a challenge to teach them the skills in a week where they can walk away saying, this is way easier than I thought, and it's repeatable, and there's a system for it. A lot of men look at their wives and say, I just don't understand her. She says one thing, but she means something else. A lot of women look at their husbands and say, he doesn't say anything. And so what I want to do is actually give them the tools. And during this workshop or during this challenge, it's not like some kind of fluffy workshop like you might get from somewhere else. Like, I'm a coach. You're going to be doing work each day that at the end of 5 days, your marriage is going to be completely different. I had a couple who went through my last challenge, and day 3, they're tearing up saying, our marriage is so much different already. Last week, we had no hope. We signed up for this, and being here in the VIP specifically, so getting hands-on help, day 3, they're like, our marriage is completely different, and we have hope that our marriage will stay this way. That's how impactful that the content from the challenge was spending 45 minutes with me,
Wow.
and really going through the framework that I use for my coaching program to help other couples to take their relationship from, hopeless, low on hope to better than ever. So
I
I'm
love it,
excited
man.
for it, man. It's be 5 days jam packed of just value. I'm giving away so much. I might be giving away too much. So I might need to look at it afterwards.
I love it, man. That sounds super impactful. And those resources I know will benefit a married person tremendously. I mean, I don't know how women think. I don't think I'm ever going to understand. So I think that
And
being able
the
to ask
challenge.
those specific questions are going to be super helpful. Well, look, let me ask you. I got another question for you, but this one, let me start with this. What inspired you to create this type of event? And I would say specifically for Christian couples facing challenges in their marriages.
Great question, man. Christian marriages should be the greatest marriages on the planet. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
to have the author of Unconditional Love give us this gift of what marriage is, tell us what it's supposed to be like, and then give us all these tools to be able to handle conflict differently than other people, to have all the fruit of the spirit, and all this love and joy and forgiveness. And we have all these tools where our relationships, people should look at them and say, man, these people are crazy in love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not our reality. And so realizing that, it's like there's like a pandemic with Christians of seeing so many couples who are getting divorced or separating, and they literally just feel like, I have no idea what to do other than suffer in this relationship. And the thing that makes me sad is there's so many couples I've reached out to who have said, hey man, you're 6 months too late. It's over for us. Hey man, you're 3 months too late. It's over for us. And so my objective here is to lower the cost of admission, to be able to give people some of the tools they need to start building these marriages, because great marriages are what build great churches, which builds great communities. And so all of this has so much impact. And if I can impact one marriage, that's going to impact hundreds, if not thousands of people over the next couple of generations. And so I want to make this investment because I know it's going to carry. It's going to carry and impact a lot of people. And so it just gets started by saying, hey, you want to take 5 days and make your marriage better in 5 days than maybe you have in the last 5 years? Let's do it together.
Man, I love that. Just so y'all know, this is my marriage counselor. If I want to get married, it's not a question. It's not going to be, let me choose between 10 different ones. Like, this is the one right here. I know I've actually watched him in his marriage and seen tremendous change happen. He might be the only person that understands women in the United States of America. I can't speak for the other countries. Before I tell too many jokes, I'm a part-time comedian, by the way. Let me ask you one more question. And I don't want to take any steam from you by asking you this type of question, but I love your fervor and how you are so passionate about this. So I guess I just want to see if I can get a little bit out of you real quick. What advice or encouragement would you give to couples that might be hesitant or skeptical about attending a Christian marriage coaching event? And look, I know you said earlier you might have reached out to somebody and they're just like, you're 3 months too late, 6 months too late. I'm not even saying, hey, keep those people in mind when you answer this question, but like, what type of advice or encouragement would you give to couples who are hesitant or skeptical? Because maybe they didn't reach the 6 month mark. I believe that you still could, help out those people as well. But let's say they're at this point where they know they need the help. But let's say they're hesitant or skeptical about attending a Christian marriage coaching event. What type of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one problem I believe is facing Christian couples is they just have a lack of awareness of where their marriage is. Most men I talk to, they're the leaders of the family. They don't know where their marriage is until their wife says, hey, things aren't good. And so, for those people who are saying like, our marriage isn't where we want it to be. And, if somebody's going to do a free challenge that's going to help us to do all the things that I feel like are missing in our marriage, and all we have to do is just show up. what's the risk there? When you think about your car, you do regular maintenance on your car. You think about your house, you do maintenance. But when it comes to your marriage, when's the last time you did maintenance on the most important investment of your life? And so spending 5 days for free, 45 minutes, it's 45 minutes in the main session. For 45 minutes for 5 days, that's the small investment to say, I care about our marriage. I care about our marriage being great. And, God didn't give us the gift of marriage for us to have average marriages. And so for those people that are hesitant or on the fence, the cost is so low, $0, just 45 minutes of your time. So for you to take a little bit of a risk, you won't regret it. And your marriage is worth spending some time to learn what you don't know. People think they're supposed to be great at marriage because they met the right person. But you're not great at marriage. That's not how marriage works. Marriage is something you learn to be great at. Yeah. I read 16 marriage books before I got married. And I realized after I got married, none of those books helped me to be married to the wife I was married to.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we miss. You have to learn to be married to the person that you're married to. You can't be good at marriage if you're not good at being married to the person you're married to. And so I want to help shorten the process. I want to help shorten the path for you to get to the great marriage that you want. I think you should take the risk. And the couples that have come, I know your marriage is very important. So taking the risk to say, hey, we're both going to show up to this thing, man. It's going to be worth our time. Absolutely. To work on your communication, to learn about the number one thing that causes issues in your marriage. And it's not sex, it's not finances, it's not even communication. To learn about the things that are at the root of the challenges in your marriage and be able to fix them in 5 days. I think that's worth showing up for.
It's definitely worth showing up for.
That's what I'd say.
It's definitely worth showing up for. I love it. And I'm so glad you're doing this, man. Like really. It's been almost a year. I'd say six months or so for you.
Doing it full time, yes.
Yeah, it's a blessing to see you doing it. Honestly, I love the way you think. I like the way you process things, but more importantly, I know that as men, I'm not saying this is your niche, but as men, we need this type of support, man. Like, basically, like, I don't know how to drive a stick. I learned when I was working at CarMax, back in 2011. I don't remember. But like, just imagine I bought a new car because of all the benefits the car had, and then it's a stick, and I'm just like, just give me the car anyway. And they were like, it's free, Okay, great. That car is gonna sit in that driveway until I can officially learn how to drive.
That's good.
And with marriage, it's the same thing, man. Like, you can't just go in there and be like, I did it. I found my person. I found the perfect car. Found the perfect person. I prepared myself to be the perfect person for this. Nah. You're not gonna do no maintenance on it. It's not gonna go nowhere. If anything, it'll deteriorate over time and lose value. So
you preach it, man.
I'm thankful that this is a gift that you realize you had and that you're pursuing it. So keep up the great work, my guy.
Absolutely, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited too. It's gonna be life changing for so many couples and change the next generation and next generation after that, which I'm excited about. But man, I want to know about you. I want to know about you lately. When it comes to fitness, there's a guy I talked to the other day. He's like kind of a mogul out here where I live. And he said, yeah, man, as you're aging, the number one thing is to make sure your chest is bigger than your stomach. As long as that's what you got going on, you're good. But I'm starting to see the other day, my wife grabbed my stomach a little bit and, almost ran away from home. And so
it squeezed me.
Yeah, that's it. So lately I've been seeing a lot of ab circuit videos, for working on those abdominals. Does doing an ab circuit help you chisel out a six pack? I need to know what to do with that.
Okay, so let me just give you my honest opinion. And this is from being a high school athlete, college athlete, professional athlete. Okay. Now, all those years I was doing a lot of running, burning a lot of fat, burning up thousands of calories myself. Okay. But the thing that I was doing was I was putting my body in a constant state of a caloric deficit. Okay. And that's something that I'll touch on and maybe the next episode that we do. But just thinking about running a 400-meter dash, you're familiar with the 400. Just think about running a 400-meter dash and then coming back and running a 4x4 and then doing the long jump and the triple jump. Like, if you can imagine that type of day, okay? These guys that are out here doing this, warming up and, getting some bunny hops in and some lunges in and some strides in, just getting them legs completely warm, and you're ready to finally perform. Then you finally do perform. Can you imagine doing 4 events in a day and how many calories you probably burned?
Oh man.
So we were putting ourselves in a constant caloric deficit. So we were lean. We were all just lean and tight and right. Now fast forward to your 30s and your 40s. Okay, so from 25 to 45, we're no longer putting ourselves in that same caloric deficit. Why do we think that spot training, okay, or fat reduction, when it comes to just a spot on our body, will work? It won't work. You cannot spot reduce fat. So mentally, let's think about this. I'm going to remove the fat from my tricep. Okay, let's do it. And now there's no more fat on my tricep, but there's fat all over the rest of my body. How's that work? I remember I was preparing for a show, Matt, and you came into the gym when I was working there as a trainer, and you did the the body fat test. And I remember I was 8% body fat. You came in there and you was 4%. I was like, no, he did not just embarrass me in front of all of my peers. But you were 4%. And the thing that I'll say about that was you were still a little bit removed from the environment that I was in, where I was working. I'm bodybuilding, but we're not at that phase yet where it's like, all right, time for us to make sure we shred the waist. But the point I'm making is, when it comes to spot fat reduction, it's impossible. The best way to kind of go about that would be to train abs like you would any other muscle. Okay, so if today is chest and we're going to do triceps, well, then we need to do the same thing for abs, working it in a way that has like a method to the madness. You're gonna work your abs, you're gonna have some rest, you're gonna give it a chance to recover. But with all our other muscle groups, we know that we need to do that. Just with our abs, we're just like, it should fall off. It's not. Again, spot reduction with fat is not ever going to work. If you're in a caloric deficit, I'll teach you more about it. If you're in a caloric deficit, your body's going to burn fat. If you increase the muscle mass on you, you're going to burn fat at rest. And that's what we want. We want to increase our muscle mass, burn fat at rest. That way we don't have to do as much. We don't have to go out there and run a 4x4, run a open 400, do the long jump and the triple jump all in the same day. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, really, it just crushes my hopes and dreams, but it also
we're still going to train abs. But if you train abs for 20 minutes, 3 times a week, is it going to benefit you as much as if you trained it as you would a regular body part?
Right.
It's going to benefit you more if you train like you would a regular body part.
Right. It gives me a realistic picture of what it looks like to get healthier, rather than in my mind, it's like, oh man, I'm just going to do abs for 5 days in a row, and suddenly, I'm going to get my body back. But I realized, like, one, wishful thinking, but two, that there's a better way. And I think what you were explaining just now actually makes sense why the random spurts of just doing one exercise hasn't really worked. So yeah, that's great.
And I'm being really long-winded, but let's say you did 2,000 sit-ups a day for 5 days straight. Before you go to the hospital, just think about it like this. Let's say you had 4,000 calories a day and you burned 1,000. Well, overall, I'd say you're going to have about 3,000 calories you have to work with. Did your body do anything that would cause you to lose any fat? No. If you're at about 200 pounds or so and you're taking in 3,000 calories, it was 4,000, but you were reducing it by 1,000 due to what your caloric output was. Well, did you do anything that would cause you to lose any fat? No. So what you did was you just messed with your stomach to the point where you probably need to go to the hospital. That's about it. 1,000 sit-ups. So
yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you clearly know what you're talking about. And now I need to start thinking about my caloric intake. What got you into fitness in the first place?
I would just say that's a great question. I would just say that being in kinesiology in the program that I was at in college, the president of the department is what got me into kinesiology. It was what got me into personal training, really, because I remember learning everything there is to know that I could possibly glean, but her encouraging me, her just loving how in love I was with biomechanics, physiology, exercise phys is wonderful, but how the body works. Like, she was just so in love with me being in love that she encouraged me all the time. She was just like, Stephen, I loved it. You just absorb this. You're so intelligent. She just affirmed me all the time, and I would just be like, yeah, let's get it. I remember when we went to CPR, we had a course in CPR. She was just like, I know you're going to get an A++ in that class, but the thing I want you to focus on is when you're taping. I was like, what do you mean when I'm taping? We're going to do CPR. Yes, you're going to get CPR certified. You're going to get AED certified. There's also going to be a part of the course where we actually focus on things like taping, like athletic training and stuff like that. So it wasn't just a CPR class that would last for an entire semester. It was also other things involved. So I started focusing on the taping. I started learning how to tape an ankle, stuff like that. And she was just like, see, I just love what you put into your work. Like, you really think about what you're doing, and you even know what muscles work together. So you know how to tape. Like, we don't have to teach you much. I was like, yeah, you're right. So when I got home from school, and some jobs were available. One of the ones that I wound up taking a liking to was being in the gym, and I was just like, oh, I want to be a personal trainer. And they were like, all right, well, you gotta get certified. It'll probably take you a couple weeks. Maybe most people, it takes about a month. Go take the certification test and then come back, and we'll talk if we have a job available. I was like, y'all don't know me, Matt. You know me. So guess what I did? I went home. I pulled out one of my books from school, and I studied for like 2 days. I think I went in there on Tuesday or Wednesday. I went in there on Tuesday. I studied for like 2 days. Like, I just looked at some of the stuff in the book. I took the test. I didn't even purchase a test. Purchase a book for a certification. I just purchased a test. It was like $99, and I took the test and passed, and then brought the results in, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and then they hired me. So that's where everything got started. And really, I was just training a bunch of women from that day forward. That's really what my thing is. I train a lot of guys, professional athletes, NFL athletes, a few, one of my closest friends. That's my favorite thing to do. I'm muscle strength and conditioning certified. That's what would keep me up at night if I had a job like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing that motivates me is like seeing the change happen. It's like a tangible change. Like, I'm probably getting ahead of myself right now, but like a woman that is like, oh, I want to change my body, or these changes happen to me. I want to change it back. And I show them like, all right, well, I'm going to take away a fourth of your person. I'm going to take away half of your person, and you're going to see these changes. It's like a tangible change. And they're like indebted to you. That's how they feel. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm indebted to you. And I'm like, no, you're not. You put in this hard work. I just guided you. So yeah, that's what really got me into fitness in the first place.
Gotcha, man. And I mean, that's such a significant result for people to feel like, they want their body to look different, and they just don't know how to get there. And so for you to guide them on that journey, help them get through the hard days, help them to stay motivated and encouraged, man, like, that's a gift. So I love that's what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, I mean, I'd love to know.
It doesn't feel as amazing as what you do, but I love it.
I mean, it just might. I mean, I think people not knowing what to do and you walking them along that journey, I know it pays dividends. So tell me about what's your current offer for your clients?
Okay, so I guess I'll start with the easiest one. I'm doing a 7-day challenge for anybody that wants to join. It's free. Basically, you get 3 workouts that you can do. You get nutrition counseling. We're going to go over your nutrition. We're going to talk about what you're currently the changes that you need to make. The the coaching that you're going to get is going to have videos. It's going to come along with the workouts, so you'll be able to see what exercise you're supposed to do. And all this will be able to be found in the app that I'm going to be giving you the details to. Within the challenge, you can probably expect within that amount of time, you can probably expect to lose between 2 to 5 pounds. I know, don't lose your minds, but like being able to build on that. Like one of the things that I would say, my clients that work with me for at least 30 days, they lose 15 to 20 pounds. It's a guaranteed thing. Like I know this thing like the back of my hand. Hello, hand. Hey, Matt, which side is the back of my hand?
The side you know really well.
Okay, this probably this side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get nutrition counseling, which is going to be key. What are you eating? What's going into your body? We'll be able to talk about the workouts, the importance of what we're going to be doing, and working on your form and things like that. And then once you have that type of foundation, hey, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and knock out that 15 to 20 pounds after that. But yeah, that'll be my crown for the 7-day challenge.
Wow, man. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. And when you have somebody who's been trying to lose weight or trying to burn fat and nothing's really been happening, to say in 7 days you can lose 2 to 5 pounds. I mean, that's 2 to 5 pounds more than they lost last week. So in order to kind of get a taste of that and to know like this is possible for you, I know for so many people that's going to give them, mental health is real, man. And some people just really struggling with their body image and what they want and just feeling like it's not attainable. And so for you to be doing that for people, man, I love that's what you're doing.
I appreciate that, man. Well,
absolutely.
I'll give some advice real quick. Anybody's watching this, ladies, specifically, moving forward, join, my 7-day challenge. Reach out to me on Instagram, S3Fit_. The underscore is important. S3Fit_, and let's get you in the 7-day challenge. In the meantime, read the packaging labels on the food that you eat. Okay. Drink plenty of water. You don't need to drink a gallon. I can't believe people are still saying that. You'll flush out many of the essential salts in your body if you drink a gallon every day. I would say half a gallon is good. Well, we can do it based on your body weight, 0.7 times your body weight. But even then, that's still a bit much. Half a gallon would probably do. But water, read the packaging labels, listen to your body. More about reading the packaging labels. I eat peanut butter that doesn't have a whole bunch of linoleic acids, what is it called? Safflower oils and gums and things. Like I don't eat things that have a whole bunch of stuff like that. One of the peanut butter that I eat has 3 ingredients: salt, peanuts, and oil. That's it. Your body can process that. Your body can break that down. If it has a whole bunch of ingredients and it's a word this as long as your first and your last name combined, you probably don't need to eat that. Okay, but yeah, that'll be my advice. And my part and word over here. Matt, is there anything in conclusion you want to say? How can they find you on social media? What's a good way for them to probably be a part of your challenge?
That's a great question. So, I'm posting pretty regularly about it on Facebook. Also, I have a Facebook group called the Marriage Turnaround Community, from disconnected to better than ever. And so that's a place where you can come, and that's where the videos are going to be hosted. That's where we're going to have this online challenge. You don't need to be there. You don't need to fly to where I am. It's online. It's accessible for you in the comfort of your home. I try to remove as many of the boundaries as possible for you to get what your marriage needs. And so I'll have the link in whatever videos and things that I put out. Also my website, MatthewSwensonCoaching.com. There's a link to reach it there as well. And so that's the way that you'll reach it and get into the challenge. Also, we've got our VIP room where you can actually get hands-on help with the specific issues in your marriage. You can ask literally whatever questions you have, so that nothing holds you back from this week being possibly the best week of your marriage.
Excellent. That's great to hear. Um, I'm glad we got a chance to sit down and chop it up. This has been wonderful for me. I really enjoyed myself. There's only a few things that I'd rather be doing right now: playing you in basketball, playing with you against someone else in basketball, or playing Call of Duty. And we could probably knock out all three of those things in one night if you got the time. But yeah, it's a pleasure having you on here, man. And to everybody that was watching, I appreciate you guys watching. We were very long-winded. I apologize. It's my fault because I can be long-winded. But this introductory video, I wanted to make sure we gave you a good background to kind of get to know the both of us. If you stayed this long with us, I got something special for you for anyone that wants to do personal training. I have a discount for you. I'll take 30% off of my personal training for the 3-time-a-week package. I'll tell you more about that. Just DM me. But if you stayed this long with me, 40 minutes, I'll take off some time. I'll give you a discount for my personal training. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us. Matt, you can say bye yourself.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.